Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, 7 to me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Supernova, the Baron's Path. So guys, let's go ahead and just jump right back into it, shall we? It's kind of late, I got some coffee, I'm raring to go, got that next boost of energy coming up. So guys, just sit back and enjoy, and let's jump right in. Alarm changer up, and let's go. Okay. I'm surprised to see some individuals that have no criminal record. The Baron has listed information on the so-called vigilantes, too. They're subject to arrest because they won't abide by the Cape Act. Does he expect me to try and bring them in if I encounter one? Fuck that shit. More dossiers. And there it is. The Black Wolf. My heart skips a beat and I feel a spike of anxiety drive itself through my stomach. I can fight. I can fight. There's no reason to be this afraid. The Baron will make this bastard howl in pain. Just breathe in. I'll be just fine. I sit there, rubbing my forehead, repeating the words like a mantra. All my earlier exhilaration is gone, replaced by a mounting dread. Fuck! No, this is stupid. There are people far scarier on the Baron's list. It's just some asshole wolf with a glowing fist. He probably took Templar by surprise. At best, I'll never have to deal with him myself, and if worst comes to worst, I'll pull through. No, more than that. I'll kick his fucking ass. With this, I can do it. Yep. The armor reforms around me and brings with it a sense of security I so desperately need right now. Yeah, sure, I've seen it broken, but it's whole now and it can protect me. It will protect me. Whatever comes, I'll be ready. I dismiss it again, not feeling any calmer, but at least a little reassured. Still, I need to somehow work this energy off. Exercise will do me some good. After a quick change of clothes, I'm out on the quad, stretching before my run. And I'm off. The music, just the street ambience. The pounding of my pulse in my ears. I can do it. I'm not running away. If that canine bastard appeared in front of me right now, I'd rush straight at him, tackle him to the ground. Beat him senseless. Fuck you, wolf. That's right, I'm not scared. I've no reason to be. I'm Templar now. I do a good job of exhausting myself, enough that I should have no trouble falling asleep. By the time I'm back on campus, it's already getting dark. As I'm heading upstairs, I check my phone for notifications. There's one new message from an unknown number. And it's an address and then a note expecting you on Saturday, 6 p.m. Don't be late, raccoon. Huh. Guess the mentor wants my company this weekend. Well, if it's to be another beating as training, gotta make sure to give it as good as I get. I'll show the rat I'm more than capable of being a superhero. Hell yeah, let's do this. I breezed through the midterms, not particularly bothered by the fact that I probably flunked econ. Whatever, I'll drop it and take something easier next semester. Academic success is the last thing on my mind right now. I even sneak in some extra practice with the armor whenever Lucas is out. Luckily, Saturday evening arrives soon enough. So, I hop in my car and ride where the Baron has told me to be. The road takes me into the suburbs again, to the east this time, past Magnolia Hills, which I'd rather stay away from right now. It's a pretty isolated neighborhood, and the place I'm going to even more so. The driveway leading to the Baron's mansion is long, and by the time I see the metal gate, I'm well away from the main streets of the suburb. It's annoying I had to come all the way here. Surely he has some penthouse downtown he could have invited me to. The gate opens with a beep after the guard checks my ID. After another minute of driving, the mansion comes into view. Oh wow, that's pretty. It's modern, sleek, exactly what I'd expect a billionaire living in this state. I'm led inside by a coyote in a well-fitted suit. There's nobody else around in the large lobby. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Wow, what a nice room. We find the Baron in his study, which is rather old-fashioned in contrast with everything else in the building. And let's go ahead and label this what it is. Baron. There we go. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee real quick, guys. Oh, that is delicious 100% Arabica coffee. Delicious. The rat acknowledges my arrival with a nod before going back to typing something on his laptop. As the coyote leaves, I take my seat. So, nice table. What's it made of? Don't know and don't care. Oh, good, neither do I. Then why did you ask? It was getting too quiet, and I was wondering how pretentious you were going to be. I feel no need to act pretentious around you. Why's that? Because I'm not looking to impress you, Raccoon. Nick, I have a name. Mm-hmm. Throughout the entire exchange, he hasn't stopped typing. Can we get started? You told me not to be late, so here I am. I'm glad to know you can follow simple instructions. Sometimes, but I prefer to be the one giving them. Are we doing some kind of training today? No. Then you're here so we can talk. Oh, okay, well, we have done that, so I guess I'll be heading out then. See ya! Oh, well, enjoy the night. I'm kidding. No shit. What do you want to talk about? A lot of things. Did you remember your home? Did you do your homework? What, the cape thing? Yeah, I read through it. And? Any questions? No, not really. It's dumb, but I get the gist. It's not dumb. It is very important that you be aware of it and that you follow the rules. Sure. I'm not exactly eager to be slapped with a fine. This isn't about fines. It's about the role you get to play in the city, now that you're... He flicks his fingers at the bracelet. What, because I'm a role model? Not quite. Let's take a step back. How important do you think we are? How big is our influence? Superheroes? Pretty damn important, I'd say. Beating down world threats, wannabe conquerors, superpowered terrorists? Mm-hmm. As for influence, let me think back to high school. Obviously the entertainment industry is all different now. Fashion, foreign policy... Oh, right, cops get to be even more useless. Save it for Chirper. Leave my Chirper out of this. No, I asked you a serious question. I don't need juvenile hot takes. Fuck, fine! Law enforcement has an easier workload because superheroes handle most crises, letting them dedicate more of their time to harassing poor people. Happy? No. Let me ask you another question. Where do you think things get done in this city? Don't know. Wherever there are people? Hardly. In the back rooms, at fundraisers and galas, fancy dinners over fancy wine. Wherever money moves, Raccoon. Our presence has altered that one bit, and I want you to understand that. We are not all-powerful. We do not make decisions that affect millions of lives. Those crises you mentioned. Sure, we can't afford to fuck up our responses to them, but at the end of the day, all we do is preserve order. Where are you going with this? I want to make sure you don't get an oversized sense of your own power or influence. I'm here to beat up assholes. I don't give a crap about any of that stuff. Good for you. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Just because you don't get to make power moves doesn't mean you have no influence. Okay. Do you vote? Yeah, sure, whatever, if I feel like it. Is this seriously your point, that voting matters? You think that's my point here? I paused to think to myself. As much as this conversation has irritated me, there's undeniably something important here. Alright, Rat. No. What is it, then? That we can have influence by choosing who to support? For starters, yes. Yeah, nudging people to choose one corrupt asshole over another isn't my speed. What did I say about juvenile hot takes? They're sincerely held beliefs? Good for you. Yep. What exactly is your speed, then? I don't know. Punching out superpowered assholes? I believe we had established that you aren't any good at that. Yeah. That's why you're supposed to train me, not to lecture me on this politics nonsense. One more sip. Good lord, that's good. God, it's so flavorful. And I wouldn't say coming at me when I was unprepared was establishing anything true. Right, because superpowered assholes are all about chivalry. So you think what you did was fine? The rat sighs, removes his glasses, and responds while wiping them with a handkerchief. I was making a point. Oh, screw you! You want to be treated like you're one of us now or not? I want to be trained, like Unbound said. Combat training is far from the most important thing for you right now. Ugh, fine. It's about the role I play in this city. I got it. Templar is an icon. I understand that what I do will be scrutinized. Yes, and even if you were to stay away from the politics of Nova City, that in itself would be significant. Because Michael did not. Templar involved himself in these affairs? Not to the extent I or Unbound do, but he didn't stay away either. Hell, even the champ doesn't, and unlike you, he genuinely doesn't care. I don't care either. For someone who doesn't care, you sure have a lot of opinions. Touché. And And I know that you know it's not as simple as choosing one corrupt asshole over another, as you put it. There are good people out there, if you put in the time to discover who they are. And we can influence things in a way that the right people end up being in charge of making decisions. So if the K-Pack didn't forbid it, you'd be running for mayor this fall? Ha! No! Huh. How come? If you're so preoccupied with this stuff, we could do more good than just getting in fights and locking up superpowered assholes. That doesn't mean that it's not fun to do just that. It is more my speed. Didn't expect to see eye to eye with the Baron on this, of all things. And again, you gotta enjoy this stuff to some extent if you're gonna put on a costume while having no powers. I'll be honest, the idea of a billionaire dressing up and beating people out of boredom isn't great. You prefer billionaires who turn supervillain because they have nothing better to do. It don't gotta be a supervillain. There are for sure billionaires who cut people up in their basements for fun. Oh, there definitely are. And you wouldn't happen to be one of them. Right? We can go to my basement to find out. You did suggest cutting off my arm. It's still on the table. Just try it. Though, if you want to take some notes, no, I'm good. Your costume is more suited for a supervillain than a superhero. Oh, I've considered becoming one. What? Really? Who knows? More importantly, I'm surprised to hear you of all people talk about the fun of superheroes after all the time you spent umming, and awing. I wanted to weigh my options. It's not like I'm afraid of fighting. You told Unbound it was scary for you. Why did Unbound have to tell him that? Yeah, it's scary to have to take over for Templar. It would be a different matter if I'd woken up one day and discovered I can shoot lasers now. I see. Lucky for you, I'm here to make sure you do fine. And you're going to do that by telling me to shake hands with the mayor? Right now, I'd rather you shake hands with Gregory. I've set up a meeting for him. With us. God damn it. Well, it's not like I didn't know that this would happen. The Husky has to deliver his pitch or whatever. Why are we wasting time on this? I'm not going to agree to whatever it is he's going to offer. I've already said that you don't need to, but he can't just be ignored. It's not going to kill you to hear him out and then refuse him. Politely. Fine. I can do that. What's the deal with that Husky anyway? He reminded me of a used car salesman. The rat snorts. Yeah, he kind of sounds like one, doesn't he? Take him seriously, though. Prior to his appointment, he was a major general with the army. And he is very effective at his current job. The army, huh? He and my dad would get along. That's... okay, no, that would suck. Good thing Dad has no idea any of this is happening. When's the meeting? Tomorrow evening. Where? I'll text you the details later. Fine. The Baron turns his attention back to his laptop, leaving me to tap my fingers idly on his fancy table. Can I have something to drink? What would you like? I point to a glass decanter half filled with what I presume to be whiskey. You aren't old enough to drink that, raccoon. My fake ID begs to differ. The rat raises an eyebrow at me, although I swear I can see a shadow of a smile. Come on, don't tell me you never drank in high school. High school? No. Now, college... He finally stands up and retrieves 2 glasses from a wooden cabinet and then pours each of us a quarter of the glass. Enjoy! It's not something you get to drink every day. Not around here, at least. Imported from a small distillery in Scotland. Nice. That being said, don't get drunk on me. We still have matters to discuss. I can handle my alcohol. Thanks. The heady scent of alcohol hits my nose as I bring the glass to my lips. Its taste is dry and oaky, with just a hint of sweetness, and it doesn't burn as much as I expect going down. Nice. Naturally, but don't get carried away now. Right. Did you go through the rest of the material I gave you? Yeah, the dossiers, I read through them. I don't want you interacting with anyone in there until you have a better handle on your abilities. Well, I'm not going to go out there picking fights if that's what you're worried about. I'm not worried. What's up with all the vigilantes you have files on, though? You expect to be fighting them? 'Cause I'm going to be real with you, I have no intention of trying to arrest these guys. You'll do as you're told. No. I'll do what I think is right. There was a long, tense pause. Don't become a problem for me. For us. Shut up and listen. Nobody's telling you to arrest those guys. Then what's the deal? If you let me explain, you'll know what the deal is. That's why I set you down here today. He takes a breath, glaring at me, then continues in a calmer voice. The truth is that Speck is content to let these so-called vigilantes be, so long as they don't get in the government's way. If they have the good sense to not fuck with legit heroes or interfere with ongoing investigations and such, even the police won't bother with the arrests. They do their thing, we do ours. They don't mess with us, so we leave them alone. But, and listen very carefully to me here, since you have some boneheaded ideas, you don't work with outlaws, because that will make Greg and his higher-ups cranky. Oh no, we wouldn't want that. Nick. Yeah, I get it. Fine. Stay in my lane or whatever. As long as you're clear on that. Okay. An awful lot of this shit seems to be appeasing Greg the Husky. Doesn't that annoy you? Just think about it. Isn't it easier to do our job when we have the police on our side? When we can rely on municipal services to cooperate? If I let you, you'd hamstring our ability to help people because of what? Petty pride? I take another mouthful of the whiskey, hoping it'll drown out the building frustration. It's not pride. Doesn't it bother you that you have the spec thing breathing down your neck? You play the hand you're dealt. Ugh! Are we clear? Yes. Good. Any other concerns with the way we do things? I'll let you know when I have something. You need to calm down. If things go right, you won't have to interact with Spec at all after our little chat with Greg. Great. Now then, let's discuss your training. I blink the combination of alcohol and annoyance at the prior conversation having made my thoughts sluggish and distracted. Training. That's right. I thought we'd be doing that today, instead of whatever the crap that this discussion's been. What about it? Let me take another sip, guys. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to buy more of that. It's so good. I didn't think McDonald's 100% Arabica coffee would actually be that great, but you know what? It is. I mean, yeah, it's great. Alright, what about it? You have no fighting experience, so we'll need some time to get you there. Gil can help us with that. Practicing with simulations isn't perfect, but it's good enough. That being said, I see no point in you sitting around for months. Some hands-on training will do you a lot of good. Now that does pique my interest. I lean forward in my chair, eyes locked with the rat. No concern for my safety. Between the armor protecting you physically and me watching over you, no, you'll be safe. But I need to see how you handle yourself out there, and make sure you get better at it. I have no issues with that. First thing you've said to me so far, and I'm in full agreement with. Whatever do you have in mind? We can start with a night patrol and see what happens. Failing that, I'm sure my contacts in the police department can give us something to work with. Anything interesting going on in the city? Aside from, you know, there's always some kind of activity around here, especially with 3 whole crime syndicates operating in the area. Some of which hire supers. Some of which hire supers. All of them do, just not always openly. Is their pay that good? Huh. I'll pause it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Give a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!